welcome back, guys, to another episode of the King Podcast. Today we will be reviewing Matchday 8. So, on Matchday 8, we start with the matches that played on Saturday, October 7th. You had Luton Town entertain Spurs. A dull affair. Spurs played that match with 10 men and they still pulled out the all stops to get the victory. That was expected because, like I said, Luton Town is one of the teams that I do have going back to the championship. So it was very much so expected. The other match that played on Saturday featured Burnley entertaining Chelsea. Burnley is another team that dull, far from brilliant, and not showcasing Premier League pedigree. So, of course, that match we saw Chelsea blank them 4 goals to 1. We look at the Everton versus Bournemouth match. I was expecting this match to be as dull as they came, but Everton did pull out a victory in this match, even to snap that run of games that they have lost. So they came out 3-0 victors over Bournemouth this weekend. Fulham entertained Sheffield United. At this point, I told you guys that Sheffield United is one of the teams with Everton, Luton, and Burnley that I feel like are going to be battling for survival. And the display showcased in this match proved it too. They did score, but they lost this game 3 goals to 1. Fulham, excellent football at times, still not the best of Fulham, but yes, they did pull out all stops and won that match. The other match showcased Manchester United entertaining Brentford. Manchester United came back from behind in this match and won this game 2 goals to 1. I do think that Manchester United need to focus on themselves so much, like defense, because they have so much injury. But they didn't play badly in this match. I think it was more so a goalkeeper error, more so, because I feel like the goalkeeper could have done much better in that goal when that goal went in. So yes, good victory to Manchester United, but they still have a lot to work on. Um, Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest was the last fixture of that Saturday, and it was a nil-nil draw between both teams. They canceled each other out. Good defensive resilience by both teams, and what should I say? It's a great match. It was a great match despite the scoreline. But on Sunday, October 8th, you saw at least 4 fixtures. Firstly, you had Brighton entertain Liverpool. Honestly, that match between Brighton and Liverpool was far from not being entertaining. It was so entertaining. It was so vibrant. It was so great. Uh, it ended in a 2-2 draw. Both teams sharing the points, and as expected by both teams of pedigree, I expected that. Another match saw another London team entertain Newcastle, but this London team was West Ham. This match was so much of a great match between two good teams, and just like the Liverpool game, it ended in a 2-2 draw. Another great match saw Wolves entertain Aston Villa. It was a great match, as I just hinted. All the matches on Sunday were great. You had nothing dull to say or nothing bad to say about any of these matches. And Wolves and Aston Villa, it ended in a 1-1 draw. That was the third draw of that Sunday evening. But let us look at one of the fixtures of the seasons that showcased a dull affair between two of the giants, two of the first and the second place of last season, and that was between Arsenal and Manchester City. Honestly, I'm gonna have a separate video for this talk because I want to speak on the controversy and on the match. And what should I say? I want to speak on more things. But this match was supposed to be a match of two powerhouses. It did display defensive resilience at times by both teams canceling out each other. But I feel like I wanted it to be a high scoring game too much. I was too expecting or too demanding of it being an high scoring game. It just turned up that it had just one goal in it and it went into Arsenal's favor and it snapped a 12 game run that Manchester City dominated this fixture. I'm not talking about outside of the Premier League where they had the Community Shield, the FA Cup victories. No, I'm talking about the Premier League victories between these two sides. The last time Arsenal won them was what, in 2015 or so? Yeah. So it was a well done effort for Arsenal to scrape these points, and now they're joint, well, you can say second place in the Premier League. Tottenham, as most people don't know, are leading this league right now. And it was shocking for most people that two of the London clubs, the North London clubs, are dominating the league. But to me, they're playing the best football right now. This now is a two-game losing streak for Manchester City. I feel like Manchester City are still the favorites to win this league. Don't get me wrong. And they will rise again. They have a few injuries, a few suspensions, and they should have had more suspensions too. But what say you? Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for listening.